First, I just want to show you a few things from our new CNN ORC poll. This is not just the media of this attention focus this story. Should Donald Trump release his tax returns? Overall, 73% of the American people say yes. Look at the partisan breakdown. 95% of Democrats say yes. 75% of independents say yes. And almost half of Republicans say yes. 49% say Donald Trump should release his taxes. Now, why hasn't he released his taxes? Is he hiding something? We asked that question. 86% of Democrats say Donald Trump is hiding something. 59% of independents think that. Only a quarter, 24% of Republicans. So he's on safer ground on the motives among Republicans, but almost half of Republicans want him to release. And so what do you do? What do you do? If your answer is no, I won't release them. Donald Trump yesterday, and we'll see if Governor Pence prosecutes it this way tonight. Donald Trump changing the subject, saying, I'm not going to release my taxes, and who is she to demand it?
They haven't added a single dollar of value, people like Hillary, to the American economy. Hillary Clinton hasn't made an honest dollar in her entire life. All she does is takes from you, takes from your country, and peddles influence to donors, special interests, and foreign actors for astronomical dollars like you've never seen before. It's corruption of the highest order.
So, deflection. If you're not going to answer the questions people are asking about you, you attack your opponent. Can that work? Will it work?
It's going to work much better for Mike Pence tonight. This is someone who he went through 3 gubernatorial debates. He's someone who's done this before. And as you said with Tim Kaine, he could be asked, what color is the sky? And he'll be talking about Donald Trump and his taxes. And I think you're going to hear Mike Pence do the same thing with Hillary Clinton in emails, with the Hillary Clinton and her the unreleased speeches. He's got a whole realm of things to pick through. And unlike Donald Trump, I think he's going to take every opportunity to do so.
Here's the answer that I'm curious about, that I assume that Pence has teed up. What does he say when Tim Kaine turns to him and says, Mike, why is it okay for you to release your taxes? And you did that, but your running mate didn't. So, what's that difference? What does Pence say when Kaine points that out? Because obviously Pence did take that step and put his taxes out.
Don't you assume he'll say what they've been saying all along? Well, he said he will release them when the audit is done.
Right.
Now, that may be a weak reed to stand on, but it is something he can say.
He's bought time with that excuse for a while now, but it's tougher because now, there has been other sort of talking points about why he's not releasing his taxes, i.e. he doesn't want to hand over fodder to his rivals, right?
And Hillary Clinton said yesterday, release them up to 2009 then. You're trying to take some of that excuse away. If you're under audit now, released at least some of the older ones before this existing audit. I don't think that argument's going to hunt with Donald Trump either. One of the things that I'm interested tonight, these are two, as you noted, Jackie, more practiced candidates. They've done this before. They're also more cautious than Donald Trump anyway. Hillary Clinton's very cautious. But she got under his skin in the first debate, especially by questioning the loan from his dad to start the business and his business acumen. Trump on the trail yesterday, you could tell this one still burns with him. Hillary Clinton says Donald Trump doesn't have business acumen. Donald Trump says, oh, yes, I do.
I was able to use the tax laws of this country and my business acumen to dig out of the real estate mess, you would call it a depression, when few others were able to do what I did. In those I'm a star. Thank you. You are too. Oh, they were amazing times.
He's trying to spin this as, where she's questioning, essentially saying, who can lose $1 billion with a casino? The House never loses. How can you do that? She got under his skin. He's trying to fire back.
No doubt. And I was in Ohio with her yesterday, and it was one of the, she still has that spring in her step from that debate, but even it was more exaggerated yesterday, I think, being able to seize on this. Yeah. And, he can't be such a genius losing $1 billion in a year. But what I was struck by yesterday, she was responding to him in more real time than she has done really throughout. He was in Colorado in the afternoon, and they've gone from saying it's genius to brilliant. She seized on that almost instantaneously in a rally in Akron. So I assume that Tim Kaine tonight will seize on the genius and brilliant line. And his base is with him, yes, but as we've seen from our polling there, people do care about tax returns. So no way you slice it, this is not a good moment for Donald Trump on this issue.
Taxes is the gateway to what? And if you look at that polling again, half of Republicans, 95% of Democrats, that's pretty predictable. Right. But half of Republicans say he should release them. If you talk to a lot of Republican strategists, if you talk to the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, he said, I released mine. Now, they accept the audit publicly they accept the audit excuse to a degree, but it's the gateway to what and to who, I
Well,
guess, at this
it's
point.
the gateway to finally giving her a fairly effective populist cudgel that she really hasn't been able to wield in the past. She's tried here and there to go after him on, hurting the little guy, talking about his stiffing contractors or what happened to his, casino in Atlantic City. This, I think, offers her the best opportunity yet to really strike him with a simple attack, which is everybody else has to pay taxes in this country. Why didn't you?
It's also what they're used for, though. She said yesterday a lot, the military. He's criticized the military for being a weak, but he was not paying for that, or roads or other things. So for those in the middle, those moderate voters concerned about this, the voters I talked to in Ohio yesterday, at her rally for sure, I think it's a good message.
I think one thing that the New York Times story does that's helpful to Clinton is that it takes the issue a little bit away from why haven't you released your taxes? Because while the polls show people think he should, it's not necessarily a voting issue. It's not why people are going to vote in November. But the question of what he was as a businessman, how he ran his business, the degree to which she's able to use that, or Kaine is able to use that tonight, to go after Trump is more important than simply why haven't you released your taxes.
Right, and she's saying he takes advantage of the system, those loopholes, the special breaks that wealthy people get over the little guy at a time when he's trying to say she's part of the rigged system and the status quo.
And she's more likely to get under his skin with that argument than simply saying you should release your taxes.